Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Barnusri Das. Today I am going to teach you CBSE Class 12 poem Keeping Quiet by Pablo Neruda from the book Flamingo. Pablo Neruda was a Nobel Prize winner in literature in the year 1971. From the poem Keeping Quiet, the poet lay emphasis on three main themes, that is peace and unity, mutual understanding and self-introspection. The poet conveys that we the people of the world always create a domestic wall among one another only due to linguistic problem. We fail to excavate the actual meaning of the person saying due to linguistic problem. So we fail to excavate their mind or to place ourselves are lovable feelings among one another. Moreover, we fail to understand the need of the human being only due to linguistic barrier. So the poet urges everyone to use silence as a mode of communication to excavate one another's feeling. This can be possible only when we magnanimously, unanimously create a silence for a small period of time. The poet conveys to count 1 to 12 to keep ourselves in silence, to study or to perceive the feelings of one another, to create from heart to heart relationship with one another. So why the poet emphatically lay emphasis on counting? Because counting is a therapy used for a person to keep themselves calm and quiet or to keep themselves to understand their mind. Moreover, he probably lay emphasis to count 12 to put the need of the Zodiac sign that is 12 or the month 12, or he probably want to excavate or to put emphasis on the clock that is having 12 division. So the poet conveys that each and everyone to count 1 to 12 and to keep pin drop silence so that each one can communicate with each other mind to mind, heart to heart. Because silence is a mode of communication, silence is a language which can penetrate anyone's heart and can read anyone's feeling easily, effortlessly. He also conveys that if this happens, there will be an exotic moment because the pandemonium in the nature will stop for a moment. There will be pin drop silence to create a giant heart, that means the oneness of the heart among one another. Secondly, he urges the readers, urges everyone that to love the living beings. So if we love the living beings, then only we can create a love relationship or a unity among ourselves. He urges the fisherman not to harm the whale because each and every living being has the need, has the demand, has the right to survive on the earth properly. So in spite of their business, they should think about the species that they also have the right, because they are the creature of God and they has the right or the power to survive properly. If they do not harm the whale, then the creature or the living being only have the time, more expanded time to survive. Secondly, he also emphatically conveys the readers to love ourselves. So, if we love ourselves, remain harmless to ourselves, then only we can love others. Until and unless we love ourselves, we cannot have the feeling, we cannot harness the feeling to love others. Moreover, he also conveys that we should stop the green war. What is green war? Green war means felling of trees, destroying the ambience, destroying the nature. He also conveys to stop the war with gases. What is gases? Bomb blasting or annihilations created by the human beings, by the warmongers. This is only beneficial to only a group of people, but massive destruction causes due to war. He emphasizes the people to stop the war. Second, he also wants to stop the war of fire. Fire means weapons, or fire means hate. Fire means jealousy. He wants to stop the people. He wants the people to stop the war of fire. Then he urges, he wants to inculcate within the readers, inculcate within the people that what is the use of war? The use only, the war causes destruction. And if there is no one to survive and enjoy the victory, so what is the use of it? Because the war always create human perish. Or if how someone survive in the war, they become traumatized. So what is the use? What is the need for carrying the war when no one will be there to survive and enjoy the victory? Secondly, he also wants to establish that the warriors, the soldiers, should change their dress, their blood-staining dress, so that they can remove the essence of war from their mind. Secondly, he also conveys that we should absorb ourselves in new thoughts, relinquishing our prejudice, relinquishing our dogmas. If we become versatile, if we broaden our thoughts, if we broaden our feelings, then only we can make a friendly relationship with one another. And if this type of things happens, then the love feelings, the kindest feeling in our heart that will germinate, create like a power, so that we can walk hand in hand with others in the peaceful sensation of the ambience, calmly doing nothing, only love relationship among one another, ignoring the war. So instead of harnessing grudges, instead of harnessing jealousies, instead of harming one another, we should harness the thought of being oneness, being unanimously working for one other's development. Then only the world will prosper. Then only we can reach our destiny in a peaceful manner. Then the poet also conveys the reader that he wants silence, but we should not confuse the silence with death, because death is a prolonged silence or prolonged sleep. He says that he has no truck with death, but silence means the need of understanding or excavating one other's mind. So, we should not be single-minded. We should not be self-centered, because only feeling happiness, only enjoying ourselves will not be the beneficial to ourselves. If we can live together unanimously, if we live together unitedly in block, then only we can perceive the real taste of our life. So he conveys that every mortal being always haunted by the fear of death. Death is unavoidable, inevitable. We cannot avoid death. We cannot neglect death or escape from death. Death will come. When it will come, we have to leave each and everything and follow death without a word, without an hesitation. So, ignoring death, the lifetime which we enjoy, we should enjoy ourselves in a friendly manner, in a cooperative manner, so that we can enjoy our life in togetherness. The poet conveys that he wants silence because silence is the only mode which can penetrate the heart, penetrate the feelings of others, because silence is a heavy mode of communications, is a language of communications that each and everyone can perceive, each and everyone can harness. So the poet asks the readers, asks the people, asks the ambience to learn the lesson from the earth. The earth always remains silent but remains active in its work. It always does rotations, it always does revolutions, and also take care of changing the season. Moreover, in the deadly silence of winter season, the earth takes the initiative to pulsate the nature. And also, the earth takes care of each and every animate and inanimate object in the nature and wants to safeguard it. So we should take the lesson from the nature, lesson from the earth, that without any fail, enduring each and every upheavals, the nature take the responsibility, the earth take the responsibility to perform its duty properly, performs its duty religiously. The earth also take the responsibility of the seed that lay dead on the ground during the autumn season, to make it pulsate, to make it survive by the rainy season. It helps the seed, the dead seed, to sprout. So the poet conveys the reader, urges the reader that we must learn, we must take lesson from the earth. How earth, enduring each and everything, enduring each and every embankments of there's embankments in the path, how the earth takes the responsibility to take care of the living beings and the non-living beings on the earth. So the poet urges us to count 1 to 12 and then asks us to remain quiet, and he wants to go because he urges us to perceive the real essence of counting, the real essence of keeping silence, the real essence of understanding our soul to soul, understanding our heart to heart, our mind to mind. So now I am going to read each and every line and will explain you along with poetic device.